Hello, welcome to Books at the Bottom of the Stairs. My name's Lorene, and you're looking at the bottom of my stairs. It's March, and it's time to pick the next book. I don't actually have a clear notion of what book to pick, and I was just wondering how other people go about it. Most of these books that you're seeing are part of what are on my to-do list. And then this book over here, where is it? This is hard to do with just, okay, there's the cat, follow the cat. Okay, so this book that I have here is all the recommendations that I have received over time that come from Hornbook. Whoops, thank you, kitty. Move, silly. Yeah, move. She can't move. She wants me to take her outside, so that's what this is about. Or she wants to sit in my lap, so come on, silly. There we go. So that's back from 2017. That's the Hornbook recommendations that I finally got through. I'm starting to work on 2018. It's taken me, 2019 I did get a bit of a start on. And then I started to listen to booktubers. And these are from the recommendations from the different channels that I listen to. And all those scribbles and stuff are whether something's been put on hold or I decided not to do it. And then go up the stairs, honey. No, silly. All right, I'll come back to that. Anyway, so it's time for what's going to be the next book. I haven't got an immediate need to meet. I've caught up to all my book club demands and what else? My sort of personal expectations for this blog. And so one of the things I need to do is choose a classic. And I was hoping to report on a classic for the month of March. And what I have are these three from Persephone Press. The two Mrs. Abbotts, which is the third in a series, a senior Mrs. Abbott and a junior Mrs. Abbott, while their husbands go off to World War II, I think. Then Green Banks by Dorothy Whipple, which I do have no idea what it's about anymore, and the new Magdalene by Wilkie Collins. Dorothy Whipple, I believe I have read one or two of hers, and I'm just working my way through the collection. And I have no idea anymore what Wilkie Collins is about, although she's one of the authors that I most, from Persephone Press, wanted to continue on. A Circle of Quiet is a good one. I read once before. It's by Madeleine L'Engle that wrote the, it just went out of my head, the Traveling in Time series. And I have not finished reading Braiding Sweetgrass. It's been on my list for way too long. It's embarrassing. And then these are 3 or 4 books, are recent additions to the pile, so I'm not too concerned. But over here, let's see. This is for one of the book clubs in April, In My Own Moccasins. And this is the other classic I was thinking of doing, A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I haven't read it yet. I know lots of people have, but it's new to me. And the other one that I was kind of thinking about was the original Pinocchio, the Italian version. And look at that. It's been sitting there for so long, it needs dusting. So anyways, the 4 classic choices are the 3 by Persephone Press and Hitchhiker's Guide. Sorry about that. The other thing I wanted to do was a Canadian contemporary, and I've been reading an awful lot of First Nations authors and experiences. I have the Thomas King book, Indians on Vacation, but I decided to do that later in the year because I've been a little inundated. I'd like to have a bit of breath between what I've already read and what's coming, so I'm going to pause on that, which means I don't really have a current Canadian contemporary book at all. So that goal is not going to be met. And what I have over here, Our Souls at Night, Kent Haruf, is the last in his series. I bought this I can't even remember how long ago I bought this, and I wanted to make sure I had read all the others previous to this, which I have finally done. So this is not hot on the list, but it's, why not get it done with? And Hidden by Donna Jo Napoli, I've had on my staircase for a little while now. The library has decided to stop charging fees, late fines. I think it's a disaster. I have just become completely immoral. I just keep the books until I'm bloody well done with them. So this has been here well past due date. So that's kind of important to read. Diviners, I know, is due, and I know that there are people in line. So out of kindness, I'll return it and have to re-get it. It's just huge. I'm really looking forward to reading it. But whoa, what a big block of books. And of course, I think it's part of a trilogy, isn't it? So that's part of what's holding me back. That's just a big commitment, and I haven't been up for it lately with my health. So this one is Hild, and it is for the month of May for my book club of my older book club. And I was told that it takes a long time to get through, so get going. So that's kind of on the top of the list as well. And then King's Peace, that's one of the ones from my old to-do list from Hornbook, and it's been recommended a couple of times from some of the booktubers who have been reviewing their most favorite sci-fi series. So that's on there because I would like to get going on it. It's had a lot of good praise. So where does that leave me? It kind of leaves me with these books, I guess. And since I'm one-handed, I'm not going to undo those 3 from Persephone Press. You look at them, and I don't want any more dystopian. I don't want any more people hurting each other. And I don't want any more gloom and doom. So I think because gloom and doom and people hurting each other, I'm going to not do that one. And I think because, oh boy, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's supposed to be funny, and I need to do a classic. So that makes that simple. And then I'm just remembering as I'm talking that I have another pile in the living room that should be part of this and isn't. I think I'm going to go for the 2 shorter books. Maybe that's setting me up for future failure, because then I'm going to have all these bigger, thicker books, and I'm going to think, oh my God, I can't get that done. But that's another day. I think I'm going to read those 2 and just not worry about it anymore. And Hild, which is, as I say, for my other book club, so far I have really been given the book choices for that book club the thumbs down, probably the last 8 books. So, I don't, it's kind of hitting a point where I'm not trusting the selections that we're making anymore. Used to be that at least every 3rd book I enjoyed, but it's been a long drought for that group. And the next one that's coming up for my Woozles book club is Near Witch by, can't remember her initials, but last name is Schwab. I did that as an audiobook. It's been a long time since I've done an audiobook, and I do remember liking it because you can listen to that while other things are happening. Unlike a video, you want to get the visuals of a YouTube video. So an audiobook, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to see if I can get the next Woozles book by audio as well. I wonder if Hilda's on audio. That probably takes 7 weeks to listen to. Anyhow, that's what I'm doing. I wonder how you guys choose your books. You probably don't have as a ridiculous pile as I do. I guess I should explain also that the books on the left is part of a series, and we read that in the summertime. But there's a friend of mine who really enjoys it, by Chris Cotterill, and it is the series about Dr. Ceres Paban taking place in Laos, and it's during the 1970s when the communists were sort of in power, and he's the only physician in the country that can be the coroner. So he encounters a lot of dead people and needs to figure out why they're dead, and almost each time there's some sort of big political background to it. So it's comedic and a part of the time history geography that I know nothing about. I quite enjoy it. And this pile down here, a lot of those were on my pile last summer and I just didn't get to them. And or there's a little bit of stuff mixed in there I see that has nothing to do with anything, that just hasn't made it upstairs. So, and that's Steve's pile. And there's bigger, thick books through there. The first three are quite thick. Oh, and that little ball thing, oh my God, you guys, if you don't know about this, let me just see if I can get it. This, sorry. Okay, these are 2 tennis balls and in a sort of a sock, and you put them on your, you lie on top of them, and because they're tennis balls, they roll and they go up and down your spine, and it helps to release the muscles on either side of your spine. You don't want to go much below, well, if you wear a bra, you don't want to go much below your bra line, because otherwise you start to get into your ribs and your soft organs. So, but up into your neck, the back of your head, and sometimes I do it on the back of my head, and just put it on I actually do it on the bed because I find putting it on a hard surface is just a bit too much. Steve does it on the floor, and you just roll up and down the thing, and it does such an amazing job on your back. And we used to have some in just about every room because we were such weenies. Then gave one to our son, gave one to our daughter, and so on. So now this is the only one that's left, and we keep it on the stairs so we can just keep finding it. It's very attractive. It's what every stair foyer needs instead of a fern or a mirror. So I hope you all have a good day and that your reading dreams and adventures continue to come true. I'll talk to you another time. Thanks for the chat.